welcome everybody. I am so glad you are here for our new show on, well, actually, the channel is new. So welcome to Spend Lunch with You. I am so glad you're here and happy V-Day. Woo! I'm so glad to be here. We have been on the Mentor Jew platform, and this is our very first time showing up and being here on the new Upset the Roast Studios channel. So I am thrilled that you are here, and we've got a really special guest. My baby is with me today.
Hi, my name is Tim.
Hi, Tim.
I am very happy to be here.
We're so glad you're here.
I love you, girl. I love you.
I am so glad. Well, so before we get started, guys, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day. And I am so glad you are joining me. We just got a special guest. I'm so excited. My baby Cakes is here with me.
I'm here, baby.
We're having lunch together.
We are having
So I hope you guys don't mind if our Timmy joins us in the chat. So, yay.
It's your show.
I know.
They can't mind.
They can't mind, huh?
Nah.
No, because I want you here, okay?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so
It's your show.
we're going to do a check-in in a second. As soon as the screen comes up, I'll be able to see where are you guys chiming in from today. We always have to do a check-in, so I want to know where are we at today. And I can't wait to show you what we're eating for lunch. I'm so excited.
What you're eating for lunch.
What we're, as a community here, is eating for lunch. There you guys are. Yay. Ah, there we go. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to be here with you guys in this new channel. How are you guys loving Upset the World Studios? We're in here. We are in here. Okay, soon as the chat. Okay, Dublin, California, I see you. New Orleans, I see you. Come on, Arkansas. Hi, guys. Forney, Texas. Okay, absolutely. We are in here. Come on, San Diego. I love it. New Hampshire. And we are eating. Yes, I love it. Port Arthur, Texas. Rancho Cucamonga in the house. Yes, Hector, could you turn that more? That'd be great. Savannah, Georgia. I have some old school friends. Liverpool, UK. Yay. Trinidad. I see my peoples in there. Good job. Was that Lagos? Huntsville. Denton. Yes. Louisville. New York. Florida. I love you guys. I am so glad
Inglewood.
you guys are chiming in today. I love it. Charlotte, Niagara Falls, New York. Hey guys,
There's a
Round Rock,
Boaz,
Texas.
Alabama?
It is.
Wow.
Come on, Jamaica. Grace Ann, I see you. I see you guys. Linden, New Jersey. All right, Ohio. Detroit in the house. I love it. H-Town. Poland. Look at that, baby. Come through, Poland. Yay.
Chi-Chi in Poland.
I'm so
Chi-Chi
glad you
in
are
Poland.
here.
Chi-Chi
Ontario,
in Poland.
Boston.
Chi-Chi in
I love you
Poland.
guys. Come on, India. I love it. I'm so glad you guys are here and joining us for our lunch today on Spend Lunch with You. This is a super duper uber special Valentine's Day edition, and it just happens to fall on a Friday. And so I am thrilled. Oh, thank you. And I have my Valentine with me. I love you guys. I hope you all have a special Valentine that you can spend your day with today. And if not, then honey, just love yourself. Love yourself today, hug yourself today, and know that you are worth it. All right, what are we eating for lunch? Louisville. What are we eating for lunch? What do we got going? All right, because you ready? I'm about to tell you, we got some special treats today. All right, so as you all may know, Timmy is going towards the life of a raw veganist.
That's not true.
Okay.
I'm not going towards it.
Okay.
I'm in it.
He's not 100%, but he's getting very close.
What are you talking about? I am.
He's in there.
I'm high raw vegan. High raw
He is
is
high.
85 to
That's what I
90% vegan.
I didn't say you. You're in there. You're in there.
All right, I'm in
You're
there. I'm not going towards it.
No, you're in there.
I'm
and
not
he's
going
in
towards
there.
it.
He's in there heavy. He's in there heavy.
I'm up in that thing.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you what we're having for lunch today, as we do, and then I'm going to show you what Timmy's having for lunch today. All right.
Yeah, give yours first.
I
'cause
am going to give
mine's
ours.
anti-comedic.
All right. So for today, we have a special Valentine's edition. This is not wine. This is a
But it could be.
It is a alcohol-free French sparkling non-wine wine.
Okay, okay, but babe.
So, there it is. What? It's alcohol free.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
What?
we got a whole stash downstairs of some.
But this is what we're happening right now.
Okay, I just wanted
I
to.
mean, this is what I have for us here.
Okay, got it.
I understand what's happening. This is
Got
what
it.
I do.
Okay,
This is
got
what I
it.
do.
That you are absolutely right. I'm at your job right now. Let me calm down. I'm at your job.
This is what we serve it right now.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So, as in Noah wants a sip. Yes, he does. He does. And he will get a sip because he can. Okay, guys. So I made something special for the team today, which it is a big request. I used to make it all the time, and it is my hot pastrami sandwiches. If you are from the East Coast, you will know that hot pastrami is a common thing that we eat, and I absolutely love it. And so this time, you normally make it with the beef, but it's just that this time we have turkey pastrami. So I have some sandwiches here. Is the camera on it? No. All right. So if you can see here, we have some hot pastrami. All right. And we've got a little lettuce and tomato on some toasted bread. It's sourdough bread and with some dairy-free butter. And then I made some homemade, they probably look homemade too, just some homemade strawberries as a dessert. And so I wanted to make sure that I shared it with the team. So that's a little special treat of the strawberries on some skewers so that everybody can have one. And I wish you guys could have one too. And then for our little drink, we have this little non-alcoholic wine. And then Timmy's special lunch is right here. Okay.
It's so.
All right. As you can see, it's a tomato and an avocado. All right. And it's very good. He's going to cut it while we're here because we're going to spend lunch together. Okay. All right. So he's going to eat his avocado and his sliced tomato with his hemp seeds. We've got some Sprouts organic hemp seeds. Can you see that in the camera?
Yep.
All right. We got the Sprouts. The Sprouts organic hemp seeds.
Yep.
Some Himalayan salt.
Himalayan sea
All
salt.
right. And then we've got some
EVOO.
some good old
really the last person to
EVO.
California.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's going to sprinkle that on his tomatoes and his avocado, and he's going to eat his lunch, and we are going to eat ours. And so I'm so glad you guys are joining us today. Tell me, what do you guys have? What do you guys have? You guys are going to, don't clown Timmy. Y'all got to be nice to my baby cakes.
No, they be clowning me.
Tell
They
me
be
you
clown-
put
they-
some salt and pepper and olive oil.
They tell me that I just eat bird seeds.
Aw.
And that's fine.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not mad at him. Timmy he changes a lot. Like, he's not opposed to change.
At all.
And for him, he will change a diet, anything, really quickly.
I'll change my clothes.
And then, yeah, well, thank God that you do. And so he does. In this instance, I like his change in a good way. I mean, he doesn't need to do it. He's very healthy, but his mission is to just be alive a longer time. That's just it. He just wants to be healthier and stronger. So I'm not mad at it.
Can I elaborate though?
Mhm.
Because you know this. But
Okay.
I want everybody else to know.
Yeah, go for it.
So statistically, women outlive men. Right?
True that.
That is a true factual statistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I am trying to live long enough so that Juliet can't remarry.
Right.
That's it. That's my whole goal. It's selfish, but that's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna live long enough so that you can't remarry. I'm gonna be so old, and you're gonna be so much older that you won't want to marry nobody else because you'll be like, nah, like I'm older, and who was better than my man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get shot or hit by a bus or something. But what's not gonna happen is I'm gonna get diabetes and wind up being very, very old and decrepit because I ate myself to death.
Yeah, we don't want that.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. That's the full reason. What Juliet said was right.
You're giving full context.
I'm giving full context because you can't get remarried. I'm not gonna let it. But because here's the thing, if I die,
I'm forever his.
if I die right now, there's gonna be a whole bunch of dudes lined up talking about some, Jew, if you ever need anything, let me know. I really love your kids. And, I always thought you were a great woman. And it's gonna be some dude that already knew me talking like that. And then if you meet a stranger and he's like, "Are you married?" And it's like, "No, I'm widowed." And it's like, "So what you doing later?" Because you fine. Do you see
Aw,
the thing? Do you see?
thank you, baby.
This is
Wonderful.
my situation. My situation is because you're gorgeous. I ain't got time for these other dudes to be trying to get with you.
Well,
So I'm about to live long and prosper up in this mug. That's why I'm having this tomato and this avocado. I'm gonna let y'all have all these Philly cheesesteaks and pastrami sandwiches from New York. I'm gonna eat this avocado and this hot house tomato. This is my first meal of the whole day.
It is his first meal of the whole
I'm
day.
gonna hold out this Haas avocado and this tomato, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some Himalayan sea salt on it. Then I'm gonna get some put some of this olive oil on it. Then I'm gonna dump some hemp seeds on it. That's where my protein comes from. This will be my first meal for the day.
Okay. Listen, and I'm not mad at you. You've been very consistent.
For sure.
He also eats the watermelon spears, so he eats his fruits and his nuts and all of that. I told him as long as this vegan lifestyle doesn't make him lose too much weight and he's looking like skin and bones, I was like, we can't do that. I need something to hug and hold. And so I was
And
like,
see, that hasn't happened though. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
like,
'Cause
I don't.
I'm right here.
Yeah,
Though.
I said I don't want to
I'm
see
right here.
no
I'm right here, though.
Skeletors around here, right? We if not, I'm gonna shove some biscuits down his mouth and be like, listen, you gonna get this carb.
As long as it's a vegan biscuit, I'm straight. Just make sure it's vegan
Oh
up in
my
this mug.
goodness.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I love it. Well, and here's the thing. I am not. They're good. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm not going anywhere, and he knows that. When you're in here 26 years, and you work hard to stay together, it would have to be. It's till death do us part,
For sure.
right?
Absolutely.
Physical death.
Physical
There's
death.
there's lots of deaths that can happen.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
There's emotional death and all kinds of spiritual death. There's
Yep.
all kinds of things that happen in people's relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But for this one,
Mm-hmm.
it is till physical death do us part. And
Amen.
so, yeah,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I have no eyes for no other man, so he has never have to worry about that.
Oh, are y'all already eating and stuff?
I've already divvied out while you were chatting.
Okay.
I already
so it's
divvied
time,
out.
So I can go ahead and
You
do-
can get
okay.
in there. You
Okay,
can
great.
get in there for sure.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Doing my thing now.
But yeah, no, not Nate. She better not. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Listen, there's no. Yeah. Nathan, I can see Nathan is in the chat. At the end of the day, there is Hannah, Auntie Joe. I got connected with Lynette at the Balm, like you suggested. I don't know if you remember, but I told you in the past I was looking for a one-on-one. Thank you. Yes, Hannah, I do remember you, and I made sure that you got that at least you got her information right away. So I'm super glad. Thank you guys. Hey AJ. Oh, it's going super fast. He's not starving. Nope. Did anybody do tomatoes in Worcestershire growing up? Oh,
I've never heard of that.
No.
I've never heard of that.
But but we did do the tomatoes with the balsamic and the olive oil and the little bit of pesto and sea salt. So that's what we've done. We're doing marriage right. Thank you, Destiny. The avocado pasta vibe check. Good job. Hi, Mom, to your left, doing U.S. history. Not Noah. My hubby started running so he can be here long enough. I told him, don't worry. So listen, guys, I want to know from you, as always, nothing has changed from what we do on the channel. We just move locations. So I want to know what's going on with you guys today. Do you guys have any special plans for your loved ones or for yourself? What do you guys have going on for today? Can't wait for somebody to love me like this. I missed who that was from. It's coming, honey. Listen, goodness is worth the wait, and good people are worth the wait. And sometimes in one season of life, it doesn't mean the person is wrong, but in one season of the life, they just may not be mentally there yet or emotionally ready yet.
Fact.
And so, but as time goes on, if a person is growing the way that they should change in a positive way and mature in some ways that they may not be the same person they were 10, 15, 20 years ago. So, yeah, it's people are, they are who they are, but they're not always, they shouldn't be the same who they are. They should not be acting and behaving the same 10 and 15 years ago as they are in a new season now. If they are, then they're not changing at all.
Facts.
All right. So don't waste your time with them.
Don't
But when you see
waste
growth in
your
people,
time
yeah, keep an eye on them.
fighting lies.
I have a candle making class scheduled for me and my boyfriend after I get off work today. I'm really excited for us to experience it. Oh, that's great, Gabrielle. I love candle making classes. I love anything crafts. I'm here for all the things, and I explore all the things.
And Jew is dope at crafts too.
I love
all
it.
the crafts.
I love it. We do a lot of fun stuff. You're going to draw and sip at home. Oh, I see you, Princess Nye. That's so great. I love that. Going in a cave to surrender to God to heal my soul so I begin to love me. Nella, great. I love that. Florida, doing Valentine with some women of Christ today. Good job, Florida. Awesome. Hubby took me out last night to beat the rush and smart and the high prices.
Right.
So good job, honey.
Yeah, that man has a strategy.
That's right.
Y'all probably got some money in savings too.
Right. A play date with daughter. Super great. What's the best way to spend V-Day single? It depends on what you like. Do whatever you enjoy doing for you. So what are some of your own hobbies or crafts? If you wanted somebody to take you out on a date, where would you want to go and what would you want to do?
That's great, baby.
And if that person isn't there, then do it for yourself. You don't need anybody to do it for you. You may miss the companionship, but you are still there. And so take yourself out and do anything that you want to do today, or how would you want to be spoiled today? And do that. And take your little wine or your glass or your alcohol-free wine and enjoy your day. Absolutely. I'm planning a paint and sip.
This
Eddie
is the Himalayan
V's.
sea salt.
Yep, it's in our little dish here. Spending time with the Lord and making pizza. Great. Super fun. Went to Cheesecake Factory. Okay. I have a Cheesecake Factory story, guys, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to keep it moving. I'm working on my health coaching certification tonight. Great. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on, eat some wings and play a game. I love it. I love it, guys. So you guys seem like you are going to hang out with the kids, spend time with your family, spend time with yourself. And I love that. You having just some good times. Life always deals us some sort of sour treats. And so you got to take one day out the week, one day out the month, and just give yourself a sweet treat. And that is loving on you. And it doesn't have to be designated by society of a Valentine's Day. This should be something normal that you do and treat yourself all the time. So don't let, he's showing you his tomatoes. Don't let one day make you feel like this is the only day you're going to get love. Love yourself every day. All right, my birthday is on Monday. Still figuring out how to treat myself. Third degree burns. Treat yourself well. You guys are prepping for the avocados. Great. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, guys, I have some updates for you. Some of you in here are new because we're in a new channel. And the Jew crew who has been rocking with us since, when did we start this? Was it December? Was it November that we started our Spend Lunch with You? So for those of you who have been here from the beginning, I want to say thank you, and thank you for following me over here. And if you've been following what we've been talking about, I've got some, I got an update for you. So as you all know, or it'll be new for some of you, our live taping of Spend Lunch with You, our very first live taping of Spend Lunch with You is on February 28th. End of this month.
You doing big things,
right
girl.
here in Louisville. You know, listen,
You doing big
I'm
things.
just trying to do a little something.
You already got lives
Okay.
planned and stuff.
Listen,
You
I'm
be-
here to
you-
move.
You doing big things.
When 2025 came, my feet hit the ground. I said, we going.
That's what you said.
That's it. So
You're
if
a
the
woman
Jew
of your
crew is
word.
in the building, we know what's going on. So February 28th is our first live taping in Louisville. And there should be a link popping up in the chat if you guys want to go. It is $70 for one person, $50 a person if you bring a buddy with you. So I want to encourage you guys to bring a friend, and bring somebody to come with you, and it'll be cheaper. And so come on in and we'll spend lunch. It will be dinner for us, but we'll spend dinner together and we'll eat. That price covers your food. So we will make sure that there is some food and we're gonna have time. And guess what? I'm gonna spend lunch, dinner, breakfast, wherever you are from. I'm gonna spend time with you. I see you from Africa. I see you in here. Listen, Tim is getting in this tomato and this avocado. I mean, he's doing surgery over here.
I am.
I would love for you guys to join me. And listen, for those of you I know that kept saying you couldn't make it for this one, don't worry about it. This is not going to be the only one. I promise we're going to do more. I cannot wait. I'm going to have fun things for you. And we're just getting started. We are just getting started. It will be $50 per person if you bring 2 or more people, $70 if you just come by yourself. So grab a friend and come on, and we will do it again. Okay. So I'll try to do it once a quarter. If I can do it once a month, I will. But for now, we'll try to get another one in the next quarter. Okay. So super, super, super glad you guys are here. Listen, Nathan is over. All right, Tim. All right, are you guys able to see the surgery that's going on? I want you guys to watch this magic. He put olive oil, he put salt, he bathed these avocados and these tomatoes. He's prepped them wonderfully. And then he is now gracing it. I don't know, the monitor went out, guys, so I don't know if you could see it. He's gracing it with hemp seeds. And it really looks beautiful. I haven't had it. It looks beautiful.
It is beautiful.
He's going to eat that as if it is nothing. Now, am I going to eat these strawberries, though? Right? Are we going to eat these strawberries? I eat chocolate-covered strawberries every Valentine's Day. Now, as you guys know, chocolate chip cookies are one of my favorite things. And then last week, I told you, or was it 2 weeks ago, I told you that I do like the gummies, the Haribo gummy bears, all right? And I think I had Haribo support in the chat.
Haribo support is
Haribo
hilarious.
support. We had Haribo support because you
Haribo
can't not
support
like
is
gummies.
hilarious.
You can't not like gummies. You got to like gummies. And so I
have to,
wanted
though?
to just, yeah, because I just don't think you're a real human if you don't like gummies. I know it's harsh. It's a harsh saying. But who doesn't like gummies? Is there anybody is there anybody in the chat that doesn't like gummies? And if you don't like gummies, don't say anything. Just don't say anything.
That's a really skewed poll.
It is. It is. We only want gummy support in the chat right now. Okay. All right. But every Valentine's, I love chocolate covered strawberries. I need to add that to my list of things of sweet tooth things that I like. I love chocolate covered strawberries. And let's see 100%. Heck yeah. Do we like gummies? Thank you. Somebody has their mouth zipped. I appreciate the honesty. You're still a human to me. All right.
You're still
You're still a human. You're still a
to
human.
me. Wow,
You are
what an
still a human.
affirmation.
I know.
Sweet.
I'm only messing. You see Noah going for that? Let's see if he likes it. I got some chocolate covered strawberries for your birthday. Good deal. See, Haribos are the best. Noah is texting. Do you like it, Noah?
It tastes like adult juice.
It's not adult juice.
It's not adult
It
juice.
says alcohol free, but that's only what the package says. Hey, it's not proven that it's alcohol free.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me, my boy.
Whoa.
Right, that's not how it works.
My head is dizzy.
I do love all the gummies. Whoever the 20% sleep with one eye open. Oh my goodness. No worries, guys. To each his own, and I love you. Even if you don't like gummies, it's all good. It's all right. You know, I'm just messing with you guys. How is it, babe? It looks beautiful. It really does look beautiful, guys. It looks so fresh and beautiful and healthy.
Yeah, but get that. Fix your face. Fix your face.
You could have given me the one with the tomato, baby. You know I don't like avocado like that. I've warmed up to guacamole. But
Don't act like that ain't gonna hit in
Okay.
the aftertaste.
maybe if you slice the tomato, it's yummy, folks. You should try it. Guacamole. Well, that's not guacamole. Avocado is wonderful. And you should try it because it has good, healthy carbs, good fats for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen
Amen.
to everything you said. You gonna tell these jokers not they can't have an opinion about gummies?
Absolutely.
You ain't gonna have no opinion about that damn guac. Gonna bite this tomato.
Oh my goodness. Okay, see, the tomato is great, sweetheart.
Yeah.
The tomato is great, but we like tomatoes. Okay.
You like guac too. You like that avocado too. Everybody had to like this gummies.
That's right.
You like them avocados.
The screen went out, Joe. That's really funny. I loved it. It was delicious. No, it really is good. All right. This is the truth. Timmy knows I don't like the avocado pears by itself. And I've always been like that. Growing up, I never cared for it. In the islands, they call it a pear. And it's like this big. So when I see, when I moved to Texas, when I saw these, I was like, what is this very small baby thing? Because the avocados that we were used to are literally, they're like jumbo size. And if you are from the islands, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We used to call them pear. And so growing up, I never really liked them at all. And my dad used to eat them and slice it up and just eat it plain, put it in between two breads, eat it plain. And so I've never liked it. And then probably 4 years ago, we had a friend come over our home and he made guacamole. And when he made guacamole, he was like, Juliet, taste this. I was like, I don't like guacamole. Like, why would I taste this? He was like, no, just give it a try. And he put this fresh guacamole that I watched him make, where he diced up the tomatoes, the Roma tomatoes, and he layered it with lime juice. And he just mashed it up so creamy. And then he added, garlic. And other little, something else he added in there. And he just worked that thing over and some salt. And he said, just taste it. I can't lie, y'all. Out of all the years that I have lived, I have never had guacamole like that in my life because I just didn't eat guacamole. From that moment on, I have been making that thing myself. I tasted it one time and I said, oh, I'm going to make this. And I have been making that fresh guacamole for a long time. But it needs all those additional supports, right? It needs the garlic and the tomatoes and the lime juice and the salt, a little bit of water to just stretch it and make it creamy. And that's what I love. So my face for this was like, because I'm not a big fan of avocado by itself, but in the form of guacamole, we can get this done. All right. That's my face, guys. I know y'all saw it. Garlic is a gift to mankind. You are absolutely right. We just saw Tim eating bird seeds. We got proof. Oh my goodness. Yes, red onion, garlic, lime juice, 100%. Add cilantro, yes, and the cilantro. You can't forget that. I can't even believe I missed that. Cannot forget that. What do I eat first? Here's what we're eating. Can you guys see that? This is tomatoes. Has a little tomato, a little lettuce, but really this is the turkey pastrami. I cook it on the stove, and then I melt the cheeses in it. This particular one has melted feta, dairy-free feta cheese, and dairy-free aged cheddar. And then for dessert, we have the strawberries. So yay. Listen, how is the sandwich, guys? Why y'all quiet today? See, last week, y'all were turned up. And then now today, y'all don't have any mics. Oh, we got all the mics. Okay, guys. I was about to say.
Charge up was false, wasn't
it was about to be a charge.
That false charge up was crazy.
What happened? Are you enjoying it? All right. Super great.
The sandwich is fantastic.
You like the
sandwich? The sandwich is fantastic.
Okay. Thank you, Derek. Thank you.
I ate too.
Let's see. I made it for you.
I may have shared one with him. Okay.
I'm glad you liked it. No, I'm glad you liked it.
Mother.
Yes.
Can I have a chocolate covered strawberry?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Did you ask them they wanted the chocolate covered strawberry as well?
I didn't ask. Yeah.
Please ask them.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't unalive myself. That was real chocolate.
It's vegan chocolate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I appreciate you.
So the chocolate that I've used for these chocolate covered strawberries is the Enjoy Life brand. Can you put it up, Nathan, on the screen? The Enjoy Life. For those of you with dairy allergies like myself and the boys, I try to make sure that the things we have in here can cater to them. So there's a brand called Enjoy Life, and they're free. Their brands are free of like at least the top 7 common allergens. And so it's awesome. They have the chocolate, they have the white chocolate, and they have the brown chocolate. You melt it the same way. You can't taste any difference. And so it's a dairy-free version, a nut-free version, all of it. And it's really, 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 really very good. So, yep. Derek might still be full from juice poppy seed. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad you guys are here. Where are we at right now? Where's our time? 12:30. All right. What are we doing, guys? What are you guys? Did I get what you guys were eating? All right. D's passion. Where's your questions? What are we talking about? Been dealing with my husband since I was 16. We'll be married for 26 years in June. Tim's book to open a door for healing for my husband. We have a long journey ahead, but I'm hopeful. You know what? D's passion, that's super great. And I'm super, super thankful for that. You know, a lot of people can change. I counsel a couple. I don't counsel, a lot of couples because I don't have the time. I love it so much, helping couples and making sure that if you're supposed to be married, we stay married. And I do counsel with a couple. It's like very high critical levels that I do.
She does crisis coupling.
Crisis counsel coupling, and I only do it for couples that actually want to do the work, right? So I could be very firm because I don't like my time wasted. So
You can be or you are?
no, not all the time. I'm not all the time. It just depends. But I don't like my time wasted. Hi, Christella. No worries. I'm so glad you're here. And if you really want to do this work, it's hard work to be married. It's hard work to be in relationships. And so
Love you, Rye.
time is so precious to me. I value it. I value time and who I spend it with, right? Time and people to me are the 2 most important things. Because once those 2 things are gone, you can never get it back. Once a person is gone, they're not coming back. Once time is gone, those minutes, you don't ever get that back. So I value those things more than money. Money can come and go. You can have money today and lose it tomorrow. But time, once it is gone, it's not coming back. And so when a person wants to counsel with me and I accept it, and it's a critical, I let them know from the very first meeting, do not waste my time, and I will not waste your time. Isn't that true, honey?
That's facts.
That is true. Don't come to me unless you are critical, serious that you want this work. Because in my nature is going to challenge you. My nature wants change. It wants growth, isn't it? And this is what we do. We want people to get better. I always want people to go higher, think bigger, go better. And so when you do marriage counseling, it is, don't come over here with mamsy-pamsy excuses. You got to do this work. If you want a solid relationship, do this work. And I spoke to a couple yesterday, and the husband said to me, I want a relationship like you and Tim and all my other friends, and I don't have that in my relationship. And I said to him, you ain't done no work. You haven't done any work, any sacrifice to have the results. You don't get to just say, I want that, and you still just get your way. So,
All right. So let's
tag in, baby.
Yeah. So since you here right now, because they be hearing me talk on Wide Open, or they hear me talk on Basement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they be like, "Oh, first of all, let me just show you."
A clean, beautiful plate.
That's the end of the avocados and the tomatoes. That's all you get at the end of that. All right. So, and my body feels clean. Okay. My poop isn't gonna stink. My breath ain't gonna stink because I'm not breaking down dead meat in my colon for 3 days. Right? I'm gonna let her eat that sandwich because she gonna be fine as hell when she get like 82. Guess who's still gonna be here? Any dude trying to run up on this girl, any dude mesmerized by this booty, guess what's gonna happen? Waiting for me to die. I'm gonna still be right here.
That's right.
I'm gonna be right here like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're like, man, I wish he had died already. If he would have died, I could have at least, I could have shot my shot. Nah, why bro still alive? Because he eating avocados and tomatoes. Yeah. So anyway, now that I got Jew here, right? Jew can co-sign on this for real, right? I came into our relationship mad broken, right? The sexual abuse, the porn addiction, promiscuity, all this different stuff, right? Did I ever stop doing my work?
No, that's my point. That is it. That's what I meant to continue on to say. I told him, I said, the reason why we're married is because Tim never stopped working from day one. I tell him all the time, he's the most counseled man. He has not stopped doing his work at the level that he could do it. He took everybody's advice, every counselor's advice, even if some of it was wrong. He wanted to do right so bad. He was just trying to follow everybody's thing. And when I saw the action put to the words, I was like, that speaks louder. I saw him putting in the work to back up what he was saying. I can't do all talk and no show.
Right. I didn't put you in a situation where I was like, I'm just broken. This is just the way I am. I'm trying the best I can. Nah.
And not doing nothing, not reaching out to him. He reached out to everybody. He got counsel. He got advice. He did everything that he could. He had a work ethic for himself.
Right. It wasn't contingent on me staying with her. Because she could have bounced at any time. Like, I'm tired of you. Woo, woo, woo. This was contingent. I just started doing the work for me. And because I did the work for me, you recognize that. And you just kept it moving.
And well, early on, you didn't have that mindset. That mindset came over time.
Yeah, for sure.
That mindset came over time. But the fact that he was doing the work, whatever the reason was, it didn't matter. He was getting the help he needed.
Yep.
And I think that's what we lack a lot of time in these relationships that I see with these people. They don't want to do the work.
Yep, absolutely.
They don't want to do the hard things, but they want the results. And it doesn't work that way. And so that's what I was telling the gentleman yesterday. I said, Tim has done consistent work for 26 years straight. And you don't get to have what we have without sacrifice. I said, you have to die.
Karina said, but did he have lapses at times? Absolutely, I did. Absolutely, I did.
And he still went and did the work.
And still went back and did the work.
He had excuses. We caught the excuses and caught him. He caught himself. I make excuses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Went back to work. So that's the difference.
I got caught lying, right?
But did I see growth? Right? That's the difference. Was I able to see growth? Yes. You know, when you watch a scale and you're doing something and the trend is doing this, yeah, there were some lows. But overall, could we see the chart moving up?
Yeah, that part.
Yes.
Yeah, we wasn't doing no dips.
No, we saw this. But this chart was still moving up. And so sometimes we just so harsh with people. We want them to be perfect overnight. When they've had behaviors and habits that were before we even came into their life, you can't expect them to make a turnaround the next day. They're not going to be perfect the next day. So you have to have grace. And at the end of the day, you have to be kind, like walk through life with them. I was sharing with them. I don't know, Jew Crew, if I have mentioned this to you on the other channel, but one of my favorite scriptures, you can pull it up if you want to. But one of my favorite scriptures is Luke, chapter 9, verses 1 and 2. And in that scripture, I was stuck on it. I couldn't even get to verse 3. I was literally just reading my Bible to read my Bible. And I read verse 1, and it was basically saying, and Jesus gathered all of his disciples together, and he empowered them. And he said, go out, and I'm going to give you power to go heal the sick and cast out demons and all that, and heal the sick. And then in verse 2, he says, now, Jesus sent his disciples out to go heal the sick. I was so perplexed. I was like, why are you saying the same thing twice? It's basically like, why'd you repeat yourself in the first 2 verses? And so I was so perplexed. Of course, when you're reading your Bible, Jesus repeats himself throughout the Bible, but back-to-back verses, it just I couldn't get past. Well, the nerd in me had to do some further research. The first word in the first verse is a Greek word, I could be pronouncing it wrong because it's not in front of me, but it's something like aietu, right? I'm not Greek, but it's similar to that. At the end of the day, it means dunamis power. I'm going to give you what Jesus was saying. I'm going to give you power to go out and heal people miraculously. There's going to be people that I'm sending you out that is going to have a miraculous healing because I'm letting you borrow my glory for this minute. Okay. The second verse, heal, comes from the Greek word therapeunin, which we get our word therapy. And so that word actually means something different. It means to walk with, to be a presence, to walk through life with. When I saw that, it made me look at somebody in the hospital bed, right? They may still be sick, but your presence, something else, your comfort, you being there will walk through life with them. It will bring them a different type of healing. It may not get that dunamis power, that miraculous healing, but God said there's going to be some people you're going to heal in a different way. And so we have to take time. That one takes time. Those instant miraculous healings, we can see God do those, and there it seems super quick. But there are also some healings that it's just going to take your presence and walking through life with people. So you have to give people a chance. I was telling somebody, for those that know anybody that have maybe had gone through a sickness like cancer or something, these doctors have a treatment for it. Not all of them work, and some of them do. When they have to get their first treatment, they're not healed after the first treatment. It takes multiple sessions.
Facts.
It takes multiple going back and getting another dose and getting another hit.
Facts.
And hopefully they get healed from it. But they're walking with them through this journey, doing everything that they can to get them right. And I think we just have to make sure that we are doing that. We always want the miraculous. We want verse 1 all the time. We want God to do this quick dunamis power. But he's saying, yeah, there's some people I'm going to send you out to, and you need to have that therapeutin work. And so we just have to be more gracious with people. We have to be more gracious with people. We want to rush their life. We want to rush them making a change overnight because we're impatient. We are impatient, and we have to give people time to turn the corners. You got anything to say, baby?
Nope. Everything you just said was right. But if you want me to talk so you can eat that strawberry. So what Juliet just said, right? She meant that thing right there. That's why when she was talking, she said what she said, and she meant what she meant. What kind of cosign is that?
Oh no.
No, I the first time Jew gave that revelation, first of all, she's just sexy when she studies.
Thank you, baby.
And when you gave the revelation of that the first time to me, obviously I was hyped because of all the work I've done in therapy. And then to see that word actually show up in the Greek, I had never seen it. But some people are healed in the presence of Jesus, and the rest of the people are healed in the presence of others.
That's exactly right.
And this is why community is so important. This is why in Genesis 2, God makes a statement, it's not good for man to be alone. That is not just
For marriage.
a marriage statement. That's a relational statement. Our character and our character is developed in community. Our character will never be developed in isolation. You need another person to develop your character with. That's when you learn how to forgive.
That's right.
That's when you learn how to watch your tone.
That's right.
That's when you learn how to apologize, right? Seek for peace when there's been a breach in the relationship. Scripture says, as much as lieth within you, live peaceably with all men.
That's right.
That's all. The Bible, 2/3 of the Bible is written for community. It's not written for isolation.
That's right.
And so all these people that's talking about God wants me alone with him. You can't be alone for 5 years.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You can't be alone for no 5 years because you're going to be crazy.
That's right.
And you're not going to be able to connect with nobody.
That's right.
And you're going to think all of your ideas are actually like steeped in reality and based on truth, and it's just not true. So I'm always grateful for any insight around relationships that allow us to grow, develop our character, and be who God has called us to be.
Yep. No, that's great, baby.
Point blank, period.
Chris B says, how much grace is too much grace? And what happens if the person is afraid to fully commit to the work because it means they will have to continue to make the decision to try to be the best version of themselves?
That's two different questions.
How much grace is too much grace?
You answer that one, I'll answer the other one.
I think I would need a little bit more context, right? Because there's grace and then there's forgiveness. So I want to make sure. There's a scripture that says you should forgive 70 times 7 times 70, which is always forgive all the time.
Right.
So forgiveness is one thing.
It's not to count all those forgiveness.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's basically saying, hopefully you lose count.
That's right.
And just keep forgiving.
And just keep forgiving. So that's forgiveness.
It's not 490.
Right. And then there's grace, right? And we're all given a measure of grace. We should have grace with people. Now, we need to have grace and boundaries.
Facts.
Right? So it's not by itself. I don't know what the situation is, so I believe you can have extended grace. I think you should have perpetual grace. And there should be a time where boundaries are put up in there. You can still have grace with boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'll let you answer the next question. What happens if the person is afraid to fully commit?
The person that's afraid to fully commit because it means they will have to continue to make the decision to try to be the best version of themselves. It sounds to me, and again, this is based on my own work and all the thousands of hours I've had with people, both men and women. The person that's afraid to do the work is usually afraid of who they think they will become. When your identity has been so steeped in the past, it can be very, very scary to even consider, who am I without my malady? Who am I without my dysfunction? Who am I? So if you've been an alcoholic for years and years and years, the thought of being a non-alcoholic,
Oh, yes.
even though I need to be free from whatever this addiction has been, you can be afraid of who will I be minus this?
For
My
sure.
identity has been enmeshed with this. So who will I
Yes.
be out of this? At my porn addiction, I literally got to a point in my work where I was like, I don't even know who I am outside of porn. I got exposed to porn at 12.
Mhm.
This became my drug of choice, right? On the way that I regulated.
Right.
What was adaptive to get me through childhood became maladaptive as an adult.
Right.
But now I've had the addiction so long, even though I don't want it, I'm afraid of who I'll be on the other side.
Mhm.
Who am I outside of this has been a part of my identity for so long.
Right.
So that's a valid fear that somebody can have, and that's no excuse not to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do the work anyway. And I always say, if you can't do it brave, do it scared.
Okay, that's good, baby.
Is that the follow-up right there?
Yeah. That I met someone and we hit it off, but when it came time to decide if we are going to move forward, he shied away. So now he fights to keep me around. He wants to work on us, but is afraid to commit. There's clearly just a bigger issue going on with him.
For sure.
You know, that he would have to work. It's essentially not you.
Mm-mm.
But it's just work that he has to do. Is he afraid to go to counseling for himself and do his own personal work? And after he begins to do that, then maybe he will be in a better headspace to be able to embrace you. You don't want anybody right now that's even confused about themselves.
Facts.
He's not going to know how to even be good to you.
Nah, facts.
So it would be better for you to encourage him, like, listen, why don't you get yourself together? And then after you get yourself together, then we could be together.
Facts.
That right? It's
Yeah.
just, so it's just time. And he doesn't need if he's doing that, then you'll know he's even worth your time.
Right.
Because if you both were to get together in the future, together in the future, it will give you an idea to know that, hey, um uh he'll do some work, and when times get hard, he's going to fight for what he believes is worth fighting for. So these are going to be all behavioral traits and actions that you want to look out for anyway, to see, is this somebody that you want to be with. You don't want anybody that's weak and then gonna stay weak. You know what I mean? Like, keep excuses to stay in that. Like, and I don't want to say that he's weak. I want you to hear me say that, not afraid to do the work and figure out what is going on with him. Curious enough. If not, he's just not ready to be in a relationship yet.
Yeah, you know, Juliet knows this about me. I'm not really easy on men around this kind of stuff. Um, I have a very low tolerance for men that won't do their work
Yeah.
because I did so much.
Yeah.
And I I had as many excuses to use as the next man to excuse myself from doing the work. It's not a reason, I couldn't justify it, but I could have used all the same
Yeah.
tired tropes of
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm just doing the best I can, and you know, I was abused, and I didn't have a mom or dad that really knew what I was going through, and so
Right.
it's hard for me to connect. And you just need to be, and then like make excuses for all that, but then
Yeah.
like, but what about us though? Like,
Right.
we
Right.
I think we can have a strong relationship. How we gonna have a strong relationship when you got a when you got a weak emotional intelligence?
Exactly.
How we gonna have a strong relationship when you got a weak spiritual life?
Yeah.
Right? How we gonna have a strong relationship when psychologically you're too weak to get over your own
Yeah.
addictions?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to help me because you can't help you.
Right. Right.
So you know, like I would rather bro just say, I ain't ready to do the work right now, than to keep making excuses and dragging you along.
Exactly.
Because you just paid $30 to ask 2 questions because you really want an answer.
That's right.
And we appreciate the support.
Yeah, we do.
At the same time, I don't want you to spend 30 more over some clown that ain't ready to do the work.
That's the point. Uh, this couple I was speaking with recently, the husband had the same way. Tim and I, we are a little bit stronger with the men, and that's just because we just don't like when men give excuses. Right? We don't like, what do we call them? Mitches.
Yep.
We don't like Mitches. M as in Mary. MITCHES. We don't like those. We don't like
We don't
those.
like those.
And we think the strongest men are the vulnerable ones. The strongest men are the honest ones. The strongest men are the one that is not afraid to do their personal work. And for those to admit, hey, I was wrong. I want to do better. How can I get this way? How can I be stronger? How do I need to do this? Like, they're not afraid to just be vulnerable and be like, hey, I didn't know this. I need this. I need you in my life. I need to be more accountable. Those are the type of things we like. We love working with serious people. I love working with serious people. And the client that I've been working with, you know, he had the same thing. It's just the years of the same excuse, right? The same excuse. I'm not going to say what his excuses are, but they're hard things in life, right? I didn't have a dad. I'm struggling with this. I'm doing that. I didn't have this in life. And it's like, okay, it's been 40 years. It's been 50 years. It's been 30 years. You have the same excuse. Okay, we don't have it. How are we going to take our next steps forward? What are we going to do now? Do we live in the excuse that I can't move on in life, or I don't want to move on in life because I didn't have these things in the past? Or can we say, yep, I did not have these things in the past and it has crushed me. It has even crippled me. However, I realized that I don't have to stay crippled anymore. And I don't want to be crippled. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get off these crutches and get out of this wheelchair so I can walk in my fullness and I can live my best life. And that going forward, whoever I am interacting with or affecting in life, I'm not crippling them with my actions.
Right. It's good.
So we can have excuses all day. That's just it's us admitting that we don't want to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
We are of Jamaican descent. First son, his family always needs him after being around his family. Family's very toxic, masculine. Yep, I feel bad for picking me. And thank you both. I love you both. Chris, thank you so much. I am a Jamaican girl, so I understand the culture. I understand the culture. I understand your entire text, honey. And it's going to be difficult. And sometimes you got to go. You just got to go. He has to be able to do his work. And I know, like in the islands, like in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago and just the island culture, counseling and getting help is not a common practice. It doesn't have the same excuse me, it does not
It's not a cultural norm.
it's not a cultural norm over there. So mentally for him it's going to be a challenge. But if he is with you and you are, or trying to be with you, and you are doing your work and you're exposing him to things like this and counseling and people, that could try to help him. He's going to have to overcome a mental battle and a mental struggle with that, and to know that he's not less than a man because he's getting help.
Thanks.
You know, that it's just those things. You can't tell everybody your business.
Right.
In that culture, if you are getting some help or some counseling, you just don't tell your family because they don't have the bandwidth to understand and really comprehend what you're saying
Nor the emotional intelligence to support you in it.
at all. So there are some people you got to know, you know what? I can't tell them everything. They're good for these conversations. They're not good for those.
Thanks.
And so if he really wants to help, encourage him to get it, but he needs to be mindful and protect his space. But it's going to be difficult for you. If he's not there, then I would loose that man and let him go, honey. All right. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 6 years, homeschooling our kids. Did we read this already? Finances are tight, and my husband expects me to help, but isn't supportive with the kids. These struggles are frequent. Thoughts, please. Have you been able to have first of all, thank you for your question. Thank you for your support. And homeschooling is a hard thing. So I commend you, honey, for even doing that. That is a big deal. To homeschool one kid is a lot. And your comment said kids, so I'm assuming you have more than one. So hats off, Mom, for homeschooling your kids and loving them that way. Finances are tight and husband expects you to help, but isn't supportive with the kids. So is that something, I have a couple of questions. Is that something that you both have decided that you want to homeschool and that you wouldn't work, and you all came into agreement on that, and y'all both were in agreement? If that's the case, would that be something that y'all would have discussed? This is how this would impact us financially. Is this something that you can do? Because to homeschool your kids is a luxury, right? It does cost money. It's cheaper, but when there's only one income coming in, then that's when it can feel a little bit more tight.
Thanks.
The struggles are frequent. So is the struggle about the finances? Is the struggle about budgeting? Or does he just have an expectation that he wants you to homeschool the kids and work? So I'm not quite sure the exact. I think you should have a conversation with him and say, hey, we talked about this. What are your expectations and what do we need to come to? Do you want to put the kids in school? What is this?
Or
right?
has the situation changed?
Or has it changed? Yeah.
Has the situation changed financially?
Yeah.
Where maybe he thought he still was going to be increasing in income or had an expectation of that.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened. They've had to tighten their belt. Now it's starting to feel uncomfortable. And maybe it's an arrangement that they did agree to it up front.
Yep.
And now because circumstances have changed, he's coming back to the table and going, no, I'm going to need you to go to work now.
Yeah. But that needs to be the way he needs to approach that with you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? If it's coming back and it's always an argument or it's a constant disagreement, then he's either not being clear or honest about something.
All right. So let me,
Because if that's a frequent struggle,
yeah, for sure.
then something's not being said.
Correct. And so let's talk about how we talk real quick.
Yes.
I
think
want
we
you,
talk good.
I want y'all to you can scroll all the way down to the bottom of this now. I want y'all to put in the chat when it comes to what you say. I want you to take a guess at the percentage of what you say in communication, how important it is. I want you to just guess and put in the chat, what percentage do you think what you say weighs into the conversation of what that you're having with your significant other? Percentage, a number. 75% Kingston Mommy, 7%, 10%, 90% Nate, 7%, 7%, 20%, 30%, 14%, 20, 75, 27, 100% Tam B Dan, 80%, 75%, 100%, 20%, 100%, 10%, 1%. I need help.
Good.
All of it. Okay. So I'm going to give y'all what the breakdown is.
Yep.
When it comes to communication, 55% is your nonverbal. It's your body language.
That's right.
55% of your communication has nothing to do with what you have to say. It's your body language. 38% is the tone in which you say it in. Those of y'all that had it have probably heard me talk about it already.
That's right.
Only 7% is actually the content of what you're saying.
Come on.
Only
Good.
7%. Only 7% is what you are actually saying. So I want you to think about that. 55%
That's right.
is nonverbal.
Come on.
38% is tone.
Come on.
7% is what you're actually saying. If I look at Juliet right now and say, I love you. How did that energy feel just now?
Oh, that was completely abrasive. That was so. It was
But I
rough.
love you.
That is angry. That what kind of love is that?
I don't understand why you can't take my love right now.
This is so not him, guys. So even this reenactment
It's terrible, right?
It's hard. Yeah, it's terrible.
I'm communicating love,
There it is.
but my tone
The tone is harsh.
has completely lost the attention of my wife. She cannot hear me. But I'm telling you, I don't understand. I'm telling you, I love you. That tone and my body language.
Right. I can hear you. It's hard to receive what you're saying.
You can't receive because my body language
Your tone,
and my tone
it's abrasive.
is automatically putting you in a different mindset. It's not regulating you. It's actually dysregulating, making you spike cortisol, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And so I think there needs to be a conversation around that. I got to go talk to my
Go ahead.
team real quick.
I love you.
I love you.
2 kids. He's opposed to the kids going to school. He's a one-man business owner. Many conversation arguments. Okay. So yours truly, he clearly is stressed. And when you're a one-man business owner and you're the one income coming in, if business isn't booming, then him as a provider and the main provider for the house, he's clearly very stressed. So maybe the conversations and no need for arguments, we can talk to him in a way and say, sweetheart, if you break down to me what's going on, how is business going? Is there a way that I can help you in business while I'm home? Maybe you can offer your support that way. It seems like you're overwhelmed. It seems like you're struggling. How can I help you? And it could be, how can we work together? If he's opposed to the kids going to school, then how could we do this together? Sometimes men don't always want their wives to know that they're struggling or that there's a problem because they're fixers. And I don't know what his character is like. And I don't know how you guys communicate. But maybe if his tone isn't soft, you can have a soft one. All right. So say, sweetheart, you know what? This is something I don't want us to argue about. I just want to get an understanding. And so ask him, how was the job? What can you do? let's approach it differently, ask different questions, be curious about where his mind is and where his heart is, and really what's bothering him beyond that, right? So clearly, if business isn't doing well, maybe that's something you need to look into. But as a man, it would be in his nature to want to provide. It's in his nature to protect. And so if he's not being able to provide, protect, or keep you secure, that will unravel him. Three things that men, and all the men in the chat, I'm sure will attest. Your number one thing is to protect and to provide. That's what you guys want to do. You want to protect, provide, and make their families feel secure. And so when you can't do that, it bothers and it troubles them. So as a wife, I just want to make sure that you have that understanding that that should be a character trait in a good man's nature. In a good man, it's like a built-in thing. Nathan, you could change the chat. You could scroll so I could see. And so I just want to encourage you to be sensitive to that and talk to him from that perspective. And because I just feel like he's probably frustrated because he's not able to give you from those areas. He's lacking in providing, lacking in protecting, lacking in make you feel secure. So he's frustrated. Okay. And so maybe talk to that part of it. And hopefully, if he goes up to 100, you don't go up to 100. All right. Just let him and you stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. Listen, guys, when you are communicating with your spouses or with a loved one, and they are escalating their voice, their volume, and their energy up high, that doesn't mean that you have to meet them where they are. You do not have to meet them where they are. I keep a calm voice most times. Most. I keep a calm voice. Yeah, just on a normal because I am simply because I don't let anybody's actions or feelings control or dictate how I need to govern myself. I don't give anybody that much power over me or that level of power over me that what they're doing now controls how I'm going to respond. I make sure that I am anchored and I'm solid. And if they want to sound and go crazy, they can. But I'm not going to let their actions move me. We can talk like this and still have the same, most likely better outcome and probably come to a quicker resolve. I'm not saying we won't disagree, but I'm saying we can get to a resolve quicker when we can actually listen to each other and talk to each other amicably. And I think a lot of times we've lost respect for each other in our relationships. We've just genuinely lost the respect for one another. We don't realize that we have. And that's why we talk to each other crazy. That's why we raise our voice and yell at them because we have lost respect for them. And so sometimes we have to admit that. And a mature person would go back and repent for that and apologize for that and say, you know what? My tone was really rough and abrasive and callous with you. And I was wrong and I apologize. So I hope you forgive me. I don't want to come across that way, nor do I want to ruin your day. So let's try this conversation again and let's try to have it in this mode right here. And I'm ready to engage with you this way. So hopefully that helps some of you out there. Okay. Is that Hiho or Jijo? I would love to know how to pronounce that. Anyway, I see your question. What are good boundaries to keep with friends of opposite gender? Talking LD to a girl with a lot of friends. I do trust her and she seems invested in us. And I'm also feeling some discomfort because I've been cheated on in the past. Joe. Okay. Good boundaries to keep with friends of opposite gender. Healthy boundaries, right? So I think if you're just being honest, talking to a girl with a lot of friends, I do trust her. Oh, you're talking to a girl that has a lot of friends, a lot of guy friends, I'm assuming. Is that what you guys are assuming in the chat? That her friends are guys? I do trust her, seems invested in us, and I'm also feeling some sort of discomfort. Yeah, if you're saying, Joe, that the friends that she has are guys, I could get that. I could understand how you would feel uncomfortable with that and having healthy boundaries. Maybe if you guys are invested in each other and you guys are working towards that, I don't think there's anything wrong with having male friends or friends of the opposite gender if there are honest boundaries. Like if you're like, "Really, I genuinely don't have any interest in them and they are my friends. Huh? Long distance girl. Okay. Yeah, but I wanted to know if the friends are male. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, okay, yeah, long distance does make it does make it harder. I think if you are interested in her, what I was going to say to you is um see if she would introduce you to some of those friends. What would make you feel comfortable? That's the main thing. What makes you feel comfortable? Okay? If you have a lot of discomfort, or if you at least meet the guys, meet the friends, and kind of tell they're kind of shady, or they're very flirtatious, or you could tell the character, you could tell how some people are. Maybe spend some time with them if you can. And if you feel like, nah, these aren't the crowd that I think she probably would be around or that you trust, then hey, you can fall back, right? There's plenty of women out there. If I don't, I'm not saying she has to stop seeing them or being their friend because you're in her life, but I think y'all just need to have a really honest conversation and let her know, hey, you know what? I have been cheated on a lot of times, and um, I do really like you. I do trust you. Can you help me trust you? Right? If she hasn't done anything wrong, then there's no reason not to trust her. But I understand that the optics of it doesn't necessarily look well. So I just say you have a conversation with her and take it one day at a time. Take it really, really slow. If you see any changes in her behavior, note it. You don't have a ring on her finger, so you're not married to her, and you're fine. But if I were you, I would most definitely. Are they saying more? All right. I would most definitely make sure that I'm so sorry,
Karma.
Joe. Um, I know, right? So I would most definitely take your time, move very slowly. Don't rush this relationship, especially if it's long distance. This is my advice to you. Do not rush it, especially if it's long distance. Definitely take your time. Watch for any signs or changes in behavior, mood, and or conversations. Changes in the level of distance that she wants to have with you or not want to have with you. Just keep an eye out, okay? And at the end of the day, if you feel like you want to go forward, go forward. If there's a way that you guys can spend more time with each other, drink some water now, my boy.
I did. I like 8 cups.
If there's a way that you can spend more time with each other, then do so. But if I were you, I would definitely go very slow. Joe, go very slow. And if after a long time you still feel uncomfortable, then just walk away. Just walk away. Make sure that you're doing your own work. If she hasn't done anything to prove, then stay. But make sure that you're also doing your work in the past. And I don't want you to project your past hurts of her, of somebody cheating on you, projecting that on her either if she's not, right? So make sure you are doing your work in the process, that you're not projecting anything, and have tons of open communication. Try to spend as much time with her as you can. Ask to introduce her friends and go slow. Okay? That's my advice. I hope that helps, Joe. Thank you for your donation. All right, Angel, I'm planning on proposing to my girlfriend. My church is helping me out, but a lot of financial things have been stopping me from getting the ring. Is that a sign from God or the enemy? Maybe it's not a sign at all. Maybe it's just life, right? Maybe it's just life. That may not necessarily be a sign. I don't want you to overread into things. Do you love this girl? Do you want to be with her? And is your whole heart invested in her? Are you at peace? Is she at peace? Has anybody said anything that you shouldn't? Have people try to tell you, hey, stay away from this girl, she's bad news bears, and you're not listening, right? Are those things in place? If none of those have been a thing, you've checked out her family, everybody's good, everything is good, it could just be life, right? It could just be this particular season, man, right when I was ready to propose, I just can't, excuse me, I just can't get this ring. Well, maybe it's just timing. Maybe you're just not supposed to propose right now. Or maybe you have to delay it. So I don't want you to make it a thing if it isn't. Okay, so just keep figuring it out. Keep saving for the ring until you have it. If you've ignored red flags, then you need to consider those. If you haven't ignored any red flags, then it could just be the times. Okay? Thank you, Angel. I hope that helps. I can't see anything else in the chat, guys. We love you. You're doing the work. Head to the pawn shop, Mia. Oh my goodness. Buy what you can afford and upgrade later. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think there was an option for permanent retainer. Oh, that's Nathan. All right. I'm okay with the ring that doesn't turn my finger green. There you go. LOL, the commitment is more important to me. Absolutely. That is always great as well. And but I know sometimes when you have your heart set on a particular ring, you want it to be special. So I get it. And if that ring and that girl is worth it, then the right timing will happen and she can wait and you guys can wait. It's just a date. It'll push back. It'll be there. Okay, great. So, guys, it is after 1. And I have had an amazing time with you all. Thank you for joining me on this special Spend Lunch with Ju Valentine's Day edition where I got a chance to have my baby join me on this special love day. But I know that it has been a little over an hour. Oh, about an hour 15. So I just want to thank you. Thank you for having me on the new Upset the World channel. I'm so glad to be here. And we will be back here next week, same time. And I can't wait to spend another lunch day with you. And again, if you want to join me on the live taping, we only have a certain amount of number seats. So we don't have a whole lot of seats open for the Spend Lunch with You. If you want to meet me there, I'd love to hug you next, answer your questions. Let's eat. And have a great time together. Friday, February 28th at 7 p.m. or is it 7:30? I'd love to see you. If not, I will catch you the next time, okay? I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I want you all to have an amazing weekend, okay? Until next time. Bye, guys.